Okay, so I'm here with Anita, and I've just asked Anita to sit as she would if she were working at a desk. So as you can see, she's working on a laptop, and she's got her legs crossed, and she's not sitting all the way back in the chair. So these are some of the main errors that people make at work. So I'm just going to ask you, Anita, to uncross your legs and just shuffle right back into the chair so that your lumbar spine is supported here by the chair. This specific chair doesn't adjust at the back, but if you were to adjust your chair, make sure that it's not leaning too far backwards or too far forwards. So just ask someone to stand to the side of you and just check that your spine is straight, which is good. Secondly, the tilt of the base of the chair. You want to ensure that your hips are higher than your knees, so that it's slanting ever so slightly down, just to, again, to increase the curve in your lower spine and also protect your lumbar spine. Again, you want your feet on the floor, so comfortably, just flat on the floor. And then most importantly, if I get you to shuffle forwards and work on the computer again. So again, with this chair, there isn't an adjustable feature at the arms, which would be a little bit of a problem, because you'd want to lower the arms so that it fits under the chair, so that you can, under the desk, so that you can get closer to your laptop. Secondly, working with a laptop isn't ideal because your eyes have to look down and your hands are hopefully around the right level, so there's not too much flexion or extension in the wrists, which is good. So in this instance, what I would do is I would just take a stack of books and I'd get Anita to just pop the laptop up there. But as you can see now, that she'd have to reach up to the laptop, which isn't great posture. So the best thing here is to get an attachable keyboard so that you can work at the correct level. Secondly, sometimes in offices people are working on the telephone. Some people have desks which are curved and they may have the telephone to the side, which would involve a lot of twisting, particularly in one direction, holding a phone, perhaps tilting their head too much to one side. The best thing to do is to wear a headset and to keep everything in front of you so that you're working in a good posture. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you a couple of exercises that you can do. You don't want to be working for longer than 20 minutes to an hour at one time. You want to get up after about 20 minutes or every hour or so and just move around. Even if it's making a cup of coffee or tea in the office, that's great. So if you just stand up for me, and I'll show you a couple of easy exercises you can do in between each time. So the first one, starting at the neck, is just doing very simple neck rolls, anti-clockwise and clockwise. And the second one is shoulder shrugs, so just lifting up and then dropping them as far down as you can. You may find when you're working your shoulders are rising up, and so you want to just let that muscle connect back with the brain and tell it to switch off. So it's up here and then it can just relax down. Secondly, you want to get this part of the spine moving. It may have been hunched over at the desk. So you just want to do some simple chest opening exercises, which will just help to open up the pectoral region and get the thoracic spine here moving a little bit. Great. And finally, this one you might need a little bit more space for, but you've been sitting in this position, so these hip flexor muscles have been very tight to hold you in that seated position. So you just want to open those up and just doing a simple deep lunge. So obviously we'll need a little bit more room for that one, but that's a good one to just go quite deep into.
Like that?
Yeah, and you can even do that with the knee on the floor, but you need a little bit more space. Okay, so those are some easy tips that you can do at work to adjust your desk and hopefully prevent a few more postural injuries.